statement. Can you tell us of some concrete, real life examples?
Okay.
You need to move back a little bit. Move back a little bit. Your head, yeah.
Let me take example from a young girl of 13 years. The elder sister Elizabeth has been living in the synagogue for a long time.
Is that the real? So is that the real name?
Real name.
Wow.
Elizabeth Armstrong. I'm saying this real name. They could be somebody's neighbors. They could be somebody's,
relatives.
Family relatives, so that they can go to synagogue and withdraw their children, or even arrest TB Joshua.
Yes.
It needs to be stopped. So after the mother died, the Rose Armstrong, who is 13 years old, joined our elder sister in the synagogue. I want to tell you, TB Joshua does not know blood relation. He sleeps with mother and child. He sleeps with those people that are older than him. He sleeps with those people who are much younger. It's really terrible. I'm telling you, it's a pot of terrible cases. So this girl joined the synagogue, and at that time, because I was the visitors coordinator and I was also, working in the studio, my hands were full with different assignments. So what happened? Around midnight, around 2 a.m. or so, I went to quickly do my laundry so that I can have 2 hours rest. So by the time I was washing my clothes, I saw Rose standing by a wall. She was crying and holding her stomach.
And she was how old?
She was 13 years.
Okay.
She was 13 years, holding her stomach. I was asking her in between what I was doing. What's wrong with you? Do you miss your parents? Do you miss your home? She couldn't answer me. Possibly she has been threatened. So within 10 minutes, I saw TB Joshua coming from her behind, and she held her by the waist.
He held her?
So, yes, he held her by the waist. You understand?
Yeah.
So,
like romantic kind of.
I reported to him that Rose has been crying, because in the synagogue, everybody is meant to be a reporter and
snitcher. Is it snitcher you call them? Snitches.
So yeah, they snitch on each other. So I reported that Rose has been crying. Possibly is an even offense for you to say you are missing home. So what TB Joshua said was that, don't mind Rose, I was only showing her fatherly love. It's left for me to do the math.
Yeah, because he had shown the fatherly love to you before.
That's right. So I did the math. Okay. So after like some weeks, after that time, Rose has already, matured and gotten into the circle. We were invited into his room, about 5 of us, and Rose was among.
Ladies.
She was even.
You are talking about 5 ladies?
Yes, yes, okay. I'm saying it. Kemi was there, Elizabeth was there, Taye Kainde was there. So
Taye Kainde, those are two sisters?
He has 2 sisters. He doesn't care.
From the same mother, the same father?
Yes, from the same mother.
And the same father?
The same father.
And they were sleeping with him at the same time, together with the 4 of you, 3 of you.
On that night, I'm just recounting now. Rose was the one taking the lead. She was the one taking the lead.
That 13-year-old girl.
That 13-year-old girl. So, you see that some disciples, there's hierarchy in disciple fold. You see some people will be traveling to different countries because they are playing games. They are playing balls with him. You understand?
No, you have to explain that. What do you mean?
Yes. If you are part of those favorites that he sleeps with, you will get the best of,
treatment.
treatment.
Okay.
You travel to wherever you want, you want to take you to. You understand?
You travel abroad.
Travel abroad, do shopping, and even if you are reported, there is a way it will just waive it. So lots of synagogue members, they don't know what has been happening to their children. Many of them, they will even beg that their children should come and spend their holidays there. And before the holiday time, their children has been violated, their children has been messed up. I remember a family, Olorunyomi family. The woman was invited into the studio to work with me, and she had an 11-year-old girl and another 8-year-old girl. The day TB Joshua saw an 11-year-old girl, he said that girl needs to be in the environment. But the woman said, no, possibly the girl can be coming to spend weekend, but to stay there, the father may not like it. So each time the girl visited for weekend, Fatai, will be the way he is. So one day, the father of the girl stormed into the synagogue with anger. What happened? Well, he was just making noise. He was making noise outside. And Fatai invited them into the office. And they had talk. So the woman came back into the studio to pack all her belongings. I asked her, why are you leaving? She said they have made them to swear, not to tell anybody. But she doesn't care.
How do they swear?
She said TB Joshua asked them to place their hand on his Bible. That whatever they need, he will give them.
So he silences people with money.
Yes, he silenced them with money.
And with fear of curse and oath.
So the woman said the young girl, 11-year-old, reported to her father that Fatai was touching her breast and putting hands into her private parts. He hasn't done that. So that was what made the father to storm into the synagogue and
11-year-old girl.
11-year-old girl. So also horrible. the Abiolas, when their father died.
Who are the Abiolas? Tell us about the Abiolas.
The Abiolas is actually, the long story is in my book. Because of time, I want to maximize all the time.
Okay.
Today, so I will not be able to go into all the details. The father of the Abiolas met Fatai when he was working in a poultry. So when they sacked TB Joshua, at that time he was younger.
No, that is already a long story. But tell us the moment they came to the synagogue.
Okay, at the end of the day, when the man had issue, he met TB Joshua, and he wanted TB Joshua to help him financially, but he couldn't help them, and the father died. And when the man died, he now asked the 3 children to come and be living with him.
And these 3 children are ladies?
They are ladies.
Or young girls?
Cheun, Mojoyin, and Moturayo. And this.
Tell us their ages when they came to the synagogue, their ages.
They are 13, 11, 13, 15. So even the case, because they were not happy, they sued TB Joshua to court. The case is still in Lagos High Court, Ikeja. Anybody can go and verify.
But you didn't even tell us what happened first before going to a court, talking about the court.
As I said, while they were living with him, he violated 3 of them sexually. he had sex with all of them, 11, 13, 15.
And how did they know? How did people get to know?
How they got to know? One of them, Sheung, started becoming edgy. He started, being proud, and possibly she was having emotional trauma. So anytime Fatai talked to her, she become insulting to Fatai. So Fatai was afraid.
Fatai is TB Joshua, right?
Yes, TB Joshua was afraid, and he set her up that they should report her. So by the time they reported her, they sent her home. And when she got home, the mother came to beg for her. TB Joshua said the girl must go and give confession. So the girl asked TB Joshua, should I also give confession of what you were doing to me?
Ooh.
How the story leaked out. The mother could not believe it. So when the girl returned home, the girl told the mother that Fatai has been sleeping with three of them. The woman couldn't believe it. She beat the girl almost to pulp. And the last child of them, Moturaya, was in South Africa. TB Joshua delayed her in South Africa. And these people came to Synagogue with trouble and said they will make hell of trouble with TB Joshua. Very fast, they invited Moturaya back to Lagos, and they asked her to go and stay with the mother. It's a long story that I cannot even go into it. Even when Moturaya went home, TB Joshua also gave Moturaya a phone, a hidden phone, that whatever they discuss in their home, the girl should be manipulating the girl. The girl should be reporting back to him that if everything died down, he will send the girl to abroad. And while the girl was interacting with TB Joshua, whatever happened in their home, the brother caught her in one night. And it was time for her also to tell the whole family what Fatai has been doing to her and how many abortions.
Ooh.
How many?
Move forward a little bit to cover the. Okay, that's good. So those those young girls have been doing abortion.
Abortions. 11 years, 14 years, abortions. You can imagine a girl of 6 years old, DSA, a girl of 6 years old. We usually call her Orobo because she's fat and plumpy. This TB Joshua will be doing tug of war with her, fighting.
6-year-old.
Yes, 6 years old.
This guy is just lucky that he's living in such a lawless society. If that thing has happened in this country or in any European country, he's in jail already. He's a goner. Even in South Africa, there is one Nigerian that is being sued now for doing even something that is, I think, even less than this one.
That's right. But not in Nigeria, because most of them, they belong to the same occult association. And he has money also to buy his way out.
So they took him to court. This family took him to court eventually?
They took him to court. The case is still in court, Lagos High Court. I will ask somebody to get the case file so that we can quote the number.
Wow.
Yes.
I saw it in the newspaper sometime, but it was like it's been so long. They just been killed, almost.
Yes.